So now let's summarize what we have covered this far in this lesson. Project management accelerated after Frederick Taylor's creation of scientific management and became hugely popular due to the PMI marketing effort. Major foundations of project management like scientific management, Gantt chart, critical path have been known well before project management has become project management as we know it. Project management methodology was not really a breakthrough that has boosted productivity. It was more of a stopgap to control rapidly growing production, still using the old hard approach in management that has become totally inefficient with the more evolved 21st century workforce. Looking at the PM methodology life cycle, we may confidently expect its decline now, after a solid maturity period. Many other management products have had shorter life cycles and are already out of the picture. And being a direct descendant of scientific management, project management has optimized certain management processes and made them more efficient in the short run. But in the long run, the disadvantages of project management are similar to those of Taylorism in production. And they are: standardized work is dull and repetitive. It kills employees' initiative, and it ignores individual and teams' specifics. It also makes daily work more stressful, and soft items that are hard to quantify but that impact productivity significantly are often ignored. And finally, project management, the way we know it, may lead to project management unemployment, because most of the tasks done by project management today in the old fashion can be replaced with artificial intelligence. And this is not what we're looking forward to. Logically thinking, the next qualitative step forward, leading to a new level of efficiency, must be a totally new approach to management. And this qualitative step is now feasible because of the changes in the workforce and because of the emergence of new technologies. This new approach is fundamentally different from the physical methodology, which was the foundation of project management as we know it, based on hierarchies, on Taylorism, and on the hard stuff altogether. Will it be appropriate to call the new soft project management methodology PM 2.0? Question to you, because you will be leading and managing and driving the society and the economy in the years to come. In the following lessons of the course, we will focus on some key principles and tools that are usually associated with project management, and some of them will make total sense in Project Management 2.0 as well. And of course, project managers of 2.0 versions must know them. Basically, we can give the shortest definition of project management here. Project management is common sense. So your role as project manager is to make common sense more common. So, not convinced with the definition, some of you? Think about it. That's what the week till your next class is for. You remember, the best way to learn is to discuss it with your peers and with your team in order to better understand how it fits with your specific environment. And to solidify the knowledge even further, you can then send your questions and concerns to me or openly blast me anywhere on the internet. And then we meet again in a week. No, by the way, unless of course you stay for the Q&A session. See you in a bit. Question number 1 for today. What are the parallels between MBA and PMP that you mentioned? First, the notion of professional project management doesn't make much sense to me. Project management is a methodology or a framework and a set of tools that a good manager will use in order to be more effective and more efficient. Thus, it's a good idea to learn the basics of project management. It will make you a better manager. However, studying to become a project manager in any shape or form is altogether a questionable idea. Second, I find that PMI industry is like a small-scale replica of the MBA business. It is impossible to deliberately make someone a good manager just passing him or her through an MBA program. Likewise, it is impossible to make a good project manager by forcing the individual to memorize the project management book of knowledge. Both MBA and PMP credentials are positions as a guarantee to have a better job or higher income. Not true. Actually, it may be more difficult to get a job with an advanced degree like an MBA. It is called being overqualified. And maybe that has already happened to some of you. This is less prominent with the PMP, of course. But then we may be talking about different level of jobs or different level of responsibilities. In summary, the MBA and the PMP credentials are two related ecosystems today with different history and maybe different business models, but with similar marketing strategies and both driven mostly by commercial or political needs. And this course has nothing to do with either. Question number 2. Is it worth the money and the time spent on obtaining either of the two credentials? That's MBA and PMP, I presume. I guess each one should find his answer to this question. I have spent my time and money on both, and I have both. And the MBA because I have always been interested in the MBA in the management science and management practice, and of course I had no access to the right knowledge in my previous life behind the Iron Curtain. As for the PMP, I have passed my exam when it was relatively new, and the whole process was sponsored and encouraged by my employer. And finally, passing the Pmp exam after having received the MBA degree is not a big deal. It was not really difficult for me. But actually in my case, it's not the whole story. After the MBA degree, I met a very special person. He calls himself a project management evangelist. And that's exactly what he is. He was not teaching project management, he was preaching it. His sermons on anything project management related were incredibly interesting. Frank Payne, an Army veteran and the most honest and upstanding person I have ever met in business. He convinced me to get the certification, but if not for Frank, maybe I won't be sitting here now. I don't know. He taught me a lot, but what I remember from his lectures is not what I could have read in the project management book of knowledge. This cap and this shirt are from the project management boot camp hosted by Frank many years ago, and I kept them as a souvenir and decided to put it on only for this special occasion, talking about project management 1.0. And now we're done with it. Project Management 1.0. Next week we're gonna meet again, and next week we're gonna talk about Project Management 2.0. See you in a week.